Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the news briefing for this Wednesday. We'll go ahead and get started. I see that we have Dr. Moreno with us. Good afternoon, Dr. Moreno. Do you have an update for us, or are you ready to take questions?
Hi, man. Good afternoon. Public Health doesn't have any announcements, so I could take questions.
All right. If there are any questions for Dr. Moreno, if you could go ahead and put them in chat, we'll give people a minute or two to put in any questions they might have. Question. Okay, here's our first question, Dr. Moreno. Are Monterey County COVID-19 numbers holding steady?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good question. So, as a reminder, we have our Monterey County's COVID data on our health department website. The public can access it and look at case rates, cases, and vaccination progress and other data on there. So with regards to our cases, our case rate continues to be low as we are on the tail end of the most recent surge. And in Monterey County, the case rate appears to be steady.
Thanks very much, Dr. Moreno. Any other questions? Here we go. Dr. Moreno, local public transportation has made wearing masks optional, as well as airlines using the Monterey Regional Airport. What are your thoughts on these developments?
Thank you. So we are hoping to hear soon. We hope to hear from the California Department of Public Health as to whether or not they have any recommendations or changing guidance change in requirements. The California Department of Public Health website still states that individuals in California that are in public transit or in transit hubs still need to wear face coverings. So it's inconsistent with what the CDC just posted this week. So from a public health perspective, we're hoping we'll get something from California Department of Public Health soon, and we can go from there.
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. Any other questions for Dr. Moreno today? Another question for you. I think this is a follow-up. What did the CDC post this week? I think this is a follow-up to your answer. This is the Herald. Could you be a little more specific on your?
I can answer the question, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. So taken from the CDC website. It says on January 29, 2021, CDC issued an order that required face masks to be worn by all people while on public transportation traveling into, within, or out of the United States and U.S. territories. And this is just information from the website that I shared with the Board of Supervisors yesterday. The order also required all people to wear masks while at transportation hubs, including both indoor and outdoor areas. The CDC website goes on to say, according to as a result of a court order, CDC's January 29, 2021 order requiring mask on public transportation conveyances and at transportation hubs is no longer in effect. CDC continues to recommend that people wear masks in indoor public transportation settings, and that's just taken directly off the CDC website. Again, information I shared with the Board of Supervisors yesterday.
Thank you, Dr. Moreno. Any more questions for Dr. Moreno today? I'm not seeing any more, so thank you very much, Dr. Moreno, for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Well, summer is just around the corner, and about now is the time that parents consider their summer activities for their children. And boy, this is going to be a pretty exciting summer for a lot of parents. The Monterey County Office of Education is announcing a new program called In Play to help families find summer programming in their neighborhoods. And we're very pleased to have Dr. Deneen Gus with the Monterey County Office of Education and her staff here to talk about this. Hi, Dr. Gus.
Well, hello, Mia, and hello, friends. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today and share a little bit about the program that we launched it actually last year, and we are just relaunching again this year because, as you know, summer is so very important. So many of our students experience what we call the summer slide, where when they are not engaged in regular academic instruction or engaged in fun and, just those opportunities to be in person and interact with others, what we find is they decline. And then when school starts again in the fall, here we go. We're trying to review all of the material that our students may have forgotten over those summer months, and obviously trying to re-engage our students. And so we're hoping that this particular program that we're going to be sharing with you shortly will really help parents be able to easily identify where those summer programs are available, and that it will also help the summer program providers to share their programs, the availability, where they're available. And so we're just super, super excited to share this tool with all of you, and that we hope you will help us and share this information with the community at large. So with that, I'm really excited to introduce my team members who are going to share a little bit more about the details of this program. So right now, I'm going to turn it over to our Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Dr. Karen Lewis, and then she will introduce our two other team members who are here with us this afternoon. So Karen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gus. And as Deneen mentioned, we spend a lot of time talking about what's happening for our students, both in school and out of school, and why summer really matters for our youth. And we know that throughout the pandemic, young people have been isolated from their peers during a time that is really critical to their social and emotional development. Additionally, some of the pre-existing inequities that we had even prior to the pandemic have magnified the needs that we see in underserved communities. So as a team, we wanted to do more to be able to support expanded learning for kids. I want to just share for a minute, the California Department of Education defines expanded learning as learning programs that occur before school, after school, or summer opportunities that focus on developing skills. Yes, they're academic skills, but also the social, emotional, and physical needs of students, and really looking at that through hands-on, engaging learning experiences and activities. So our team really wanted to know a little bit more about where these out-of-school learning opportunities already existed in Monterey County and where we had opportunities to expand services. So as we are continuing to look in each one of these areas over the past couple of years, we have been developing a partnership with a nonprofit organization called In Play. The purpose of the partnership is to provide students and families across Monterey County to provide them with access to be able to locate summer and after school resources and be able to enroll in expanded learning opportunities during their out of school time. So again, prior to the pandemic, we conducted a detailed landscape analysis. And what we were really looking at is where were the available resources and where were the needs within each community. We use this information to help develop an online guide, and this guide can be used as a digital resource to promote out-of-school learning time with a focus of really improving access for children and youth in underserved resource areas. So the In Play digital platform offers comprehensive year-round listings of after-school and summer programs in Monterey County. And the guide also includes free programs, scholarships, and activities that support youth in transition and youth that have special needs. So today we are also joined by our expanded learning team here at the Monterey County Office of Education. And our program lead for Region 5 Expanded Learning is Mara Wold. And our program manager for Region 5 Expanded Learning is Letty Gomez-Gong. And Mara is going to give us a little bit of a tour of the guide, and Letty will provide us with some opportunities to be able to see how we might be able to follow up as we're moving forward. So thank you, Mara.
Great. Thanks, Karen. And thank you, Deneen. And thank you, everybody on the line. It's very exciting, actually, to be able to share a little bit of the guide with you today and give you a tour. So we're going to embark. I just want to let you all know that when you receive a copy of the slide deck, there will be live links in here to enable you to access the guide directly. So when you click on here, just the screenshot, it'll take you directly to the Monterey County Children and Youth Activity Guide. And here we are for 2022. And I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the splash page and what you might find, what a user might find. And our users, just to reemphasize what Karen mentioned, are really our parents and family members who are looking for out of school time activities for their children and youth. And the age range here is anywhere from our littles all the way up through 12th grade. So there's really a wide variety of resources that are available in the guide. I have to also let you know that we're still adding. We have quite a few organizations and entities that are still finalizing their plans for summer. We're here at April 20th, and we have a lot in the guide already. We have a lot more that is to come. And Letty will talk later about how potential entities who are not currently listed can get on the list here. So again, overview of the splash page, just want to alert your attention to, I think, a very special feature of this particular system, and that is up in the upper right-hand corner. You'll see EN. That means that currently the guide is displayed in English. And what's really powerful about the guide is you have the ability to change languages to suit and meet the needs of your various populations. So if your household is predominantly Spanish, you would be clicking on Espanol, and it automatically will convert everything into the native speaker's language. So for the purposes, of course, of the demonstration, I'm going to go with English. We also encourage family members to sign up, and that's this upper left-hand corner button here facing the platform, and it enables you to establish an account, a secure account, that when a parent then comes back to the platform to review current listings, they can automatically sign in with their information. And you'll see how powerful that is in just a moment when I use the example of my own children. Down at the bottom here, you have free and discount, reading and writing, art and dance, at home science, and youth programs 12 plus. These are quick links to opportunities within Monterey County that might be of interest. Let's say as a parent, I'm really, I don't have any younger students at home or younger children at home, and I'm really only interested in finding out what's available to me for my older teenage youth. I would just click on this button and it would automatically populate, and I'll show you how that works. So right there, you see there's 166 results matching older youth programs. So I'm not going to get the listings for the littles all the way through to my teenage years. In the demo case, and I'm just going to go back, in the demo case, I want to go in and show you kind of everything. So we recommend going in to click on the blue button there that says find local activities. This is going to take you to a map of Monterey County. And you can see there where there's right now currently a high concentration of resources available throughout our county. And again, more are going to be growing as this guide continues to be published. But you can see here, there are 1,010 results right now currently for age ranges 5 and above. And so let's say as a parent, have a 7-year-old, her name is Maddie. I am able to actually add children and tag them by color, which is a really phenomenal resource for those parents who have multiple children of multiple ages. It enables you to search for different age groups at the same time, so that geographically you're able to find something within let's say a 5-mile radius, certainly within a distance that you're able to get both of your children to and then still get to work. And that's really, I think, a very special and important feature of this. And I know myself as a parent of 3 with elementary, middle, and high school age ranges, it's really a significant feature to be able to filter and sort by that. So parents are able, once you sign up and sign in, to add all of the children in your household and by age range. Moving down under the date range, you'll notice here it has April 19th through November 28th. So current offerings that are in the system are running at that age range. And you see this gray bar here that shows where the multitude of activities are currently taking place and what's currently within the Monterey County Activity Guide. So let's say I want to narrow my search. School gets out, let's see, right around end of May, early June. And I want to go, I probably need something through August 11th. You notice how the just over 1,000 search entries now populates into 305 results that are running between June 1st and August 11th. So it allows you to specify your date range. And you can further make that search specific by saying, you know what, I only need my resources, or I only need service Monday and Wednesday and Friday. And then you'll notice here that it will give you all of the offerings that result from the date range, June 1st through August 11th, running Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then, of course, price offerings too. And for the populations that Letty and I predominantly work with and that we are really targeting this guide for is for our lower income students. And so parents, again, are able to kind of search offerings based on price range. Let me just go in and put in a specific location, because this is also, I think, another interesting way to search the system. I'm going to go just expand our reach a little bit here and just say what's happening in the Salinas area. So you'll notice how the map changes course. It's providing some specificity so that you can kind of see geographically, where do I live and where are the services happening around me within a geographic area. And you'll see that it says 54 results are happening Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and having free to kind of mid-range, low-cost service. The nice thing about this particular system too is that it's built in to make sure that parents are able to have scholarship opportunities. So what that means is that many of these organizations will offer scholarships and have a form that can be filled out and then goes directly to the provider. So that's also something that, you know, shows great promise from our perspective in terms of allowing our families accessibility to various resources. So you can see here, again, within my search criteria, and I still have my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's showing 54 results are happening on those days of the week. And then you can scroll down, and as a parent, you might want to click on what's happening here within youth orchestra. And then it'll give you more information as to what's happening with that particular resource. You're able to read more, find out the schedules, etc. So I think relative to that, let me do a search for science. Let me get rid of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's say we need it all days of the week, just to share another example with you. And I can type in science. Science narrows it down even further and will show any of those resources that actually have a science specific focus. And so you'll see there that the age ranges that are coming up in the search are anywhere from 5+ to 14+, etc. But if I wanted to make sure that Maddie, my daughter, my 7-year-old, had the service, I would click on her, and it's going to narrow it down even more to make sure that the 7-year-old services are called up so that I'm not having to view everything all at once. So I think at this point, I might just pause. I know kind of running through this relatively quickly in the interest of time, but just want to see if there are any questions at this point and see if the team has anything that they would like to add.
I am not seeing any questions at this time. So if you'd like to continue, we could tell everyone that, you know, to get their questions ready.
Okie doke, that sounds great. And I'm going to pass it over to my colleague, Letty Gomez-Gong, to talk a little bit more about how we can add additional services and entities who have offerings into the system. Take it away.
Wonderful, thank you. And thank you for this opportunity, as my colleagues and Dr. Lewis and Dr. Gus have shared. We're super excited. And so we want to continue inviting our community-based organizations and agencies that provide youth development programs to plug in their programs and activities into this data search engine. The way that they would do it is by emailing partner@inplay.org. As Mara shared, all of our slides have the hyperlinks in them, and we would just need them to include the following. So the county, so it could be placed accordingly, and their logistics of their organization, their activities, and their programming. Our partnership with InPlay is amazing. They will contact the organizations, continue to work with them, and follow up as we move through our season. So not only for the summer, but for the fall, as offerings tend to change. And so this is a rich resource as we jump and dive into summer, but ongoing. We're all about supporting our youth and our families year round. And so extremely excited. We hope that this is of resource for everyone, and that our agencies, our community agencies, can also share with everyone. Thank you. If there are any questions, Amara, can you do the next slide, please? Feel free to reach out. We are very well connected locally and regionally and statewide, that we can share resources and link you to our agencies and partners as well. And then here are also our flyers, both English and Spanish. Feel free to share. You can print or share these slides as we plug them into the chat.
And we've also.
And so I thank you, and we'll see if there are any questions.
I have also put the link to the document on our Facebook page where this is streaming, so people can also find it there. But I see that there is a PDF version. So if people want the document itself, can they contact your office? Because I can also share it with our other partners.
And Mia, this is also located on the front page of the Monterey County Office of Education website. So if anybody just Googles Monterey County Office of Education, directly on the front page, there's an access link to the guide and also to the flyers. I believe it went out on our social media accounts today as well.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a rush. I'm sure families are looking at their watches going, what day is it? What time is it? When do I have to sign up for game? And it looks like you've really tapped in to the community, because just that little scrolling that was done on the guide, you've really kind of gotten a sense that there's no one size fits all for families for this type of thing. How are you taking that into consideration as you were working on this?
Well, one of the things that really helped us was we had conducted a detailed sort of landscape analysis, and this had taken place prior a couple of years back. But what it really did was help to outline the resources that were available in each community, but also where some of those needs lie and where there weren't as many resources within the community. And then working in partnership with the InPlay team, it's just been a fantastic partnership. They really go into each one of those resources and providers and speak directly to them in many cases and really find out more about their services so that they can make sure that we have a comprehensive sort of toolkit, if you will, for people to look at, but also so that people can have the details they need to make the right decisions.
This is a great program, and I'm sure this is going to be greatly appreciated. Now, you said you were refreshing this from last year. Did you have a lot of, how was it received last year? Did you get a lot of feedback from parents?
We were able to get feedback from parents, educators, and even from many of our students in some cases. And through that process, we've been able to develop the link that Letty shared so that we now have an opportunity for providers to continuously be added as we're moving forward. And then just different ways that we're highlighting the information or using different features within the program. All of that information is considered and updated each year. So we do appreciate and welcome input from the community related to the activity guide.
Well, this is wonderful. Dr. Gus, any last thoughts on the program?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we need your help. So I'm just here to ask for all of you, please help us get the word out, because while we do know that many parents are very well aware of the tool and are using it, I think there are so many parents that do not even realize that this tool exists. So if you can help us spread the word, we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make our parents' lives easier. We know that they work full time, they're super busy, and that these summer programming opportunities are so very important to them and to their students. So that's our ask of you. Please help us spread the word. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me or any of our team members. We're just really here to help. And please remember this: summer matters.
And it's a great way of feeling like we're getting back to normal a little bit.
That's right. Back to normal. That's the goal.
Thank you very much. And thanks for the whole team for joining us today to talk about this program.
Oh, thank you. Great to
And
be
then coming up this weekend, Earth Day, a lot going on Saturday on Earth Day, and a lot also happening this week about Earth Day. So we've got Julia Steffes, who is a fellow with our Monterey County Sustainability Program. She's going to talk about some of the programs and also why Earth Day is important and why it's really increasing in popularity. Hi, Julia.
Hi, thank you so much for allowing us to talk a little bit about Earth Day this week. Like I was introduced, my name is Julia. I'm a Civic Spark Fellow working with Ashley Paulsworth in the Sustainability Program at Monterey County. And this week we're really promoting a whole lot of our sustainability efforts because Earth Day is this upcoming Friday on the 22nd. So previously, Earth Day was kind of established in 1970, and it's really just to bring awareness for environmental issues, engage with community, and for people to learn more about sustainability, climate change, and have those really important conversations. So at the county, our program is really dedicated to promoting sustainability and mitigating the effects of climate change. Specifically, my work is focused on internal efforts at the county. So what can the county employees and programs and departments do to promote some of these really important topics? So just a brief overview of some of those that we're working on. Internally, we're focusing on increasing our electric vehicle infrastructure, getting those charging stations in place for our long-term goal of electrifying our county fleet of vehicles. So any cars that our employees will drive from place to place, we're hoping when applicable, those will be electric in the near future. Another thing we're working on is promoting sustainable purchasing practices. So making sure any paper we purchase at the county is recyclable and things like that, and making sure people that purchase things have those resources. Most recently, the Office of Emergency Services and the Health Department created a Resilient Monterey County dashboard that has a ton of resources available that really shows and tracks community strengths and vulnerabilities over time, anything from previous fire history to temperature rise, sea levels, agriculture, all of that. There's a lot of statistics and really great research on that dashboard that they were able to put out very recently. And then this week in particular, because it is Earth Week, our sustainability program in the county has partnered with several community organizations who are putting on some really great initiatives to, get people engaged in the community, get them outside, learn about sustainability and climate change. So first, TAMC, the Transportation Agency of Monterey County, is hosting this month and through May a Move It Monterey County initiative that incentivizes sustainable transportation. So really encouraging people to carpool, walk, bike, take public transit, drive an EV, things like that. Ecology Action is working with the county to promote electric vehicle education. A lot of people still don't know a whole lot about how far these electric vehicles can drive, where to charge them, why it's important that we switch, especially with rising gas prices, how that can be a financial incentive as well. So we're partnering with Ecology Action for the EVs for Earth campaign for community members. They can go and learn all about electric vehicles. And then there's lots of community organizations like Blue Zones Monterey Project that's hosting in-person cleanup events all throughout the county. So really encourage people to check those out and get engaged and be outside this weekend. Aside from that, if there's any other questions, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thanks very much, Julia, for not only talking about some of the activities that are going on, but what the county is doing to kind of do its part for Earth Day. In terms of activities, I think you had a graphic that you had created. You wouldn't happen to have that available to share, would you?
Oh, I can share my screen and show everybody kind of what's going on. Just a moment here. Right, so this is kind of a brief overview. You can find this on the Monterey County Sustainability page. Kind of gives a brief overview of some of the things I was talking about, the community dashboard. This is a little bit about our community climate action plan. These are some of the events that I was talking about with TAMC and Ecology Action. And then this link here will give you all of the regional events throughout the county on Saturday and Sunday for Earth Day in Gonzales, Monterey, Marina, Salinas, and Greenfield. So you can find one that's close to you.
Thanks very much for sharing that. I think it's a little overwhelming. It used to be Earth Day, go and clean up something, but now there's a lot going on and you don't have to go very far from where you live to find something that you can get involved in. And I think it's really, I mean, would you say that just find the program or the activity that really speaks to you about what you'd like to do and how you'd like to contribute?
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many organizations that do so much for Earth Day. It can get a little overwhelming, but as long as you find your one passion project and you go outside and experience it, that's all that matters.
Thanks very much, Julia. Thanks for giving us that rundown. We don't have any questions for you right now, but if we have any that come in, I'm going to send them your way. Thanks very much for sharing about Earth Day.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. And then thanks everyone for being part of our briefing for today. If you have any questions about the briefing or additional questions for our participants, please send them my way. Our next briefing is next week, and we'll see you then.